It's a beautiful Saturday. Two beautiful ladies, beautiful Saturday here at Rythmia Life Advancement Center. We're so happy you're joining us. I know you get to join me every Saturday for Facebook Live. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. This is Andrea from California. I'm so blessed that she said yes to being here today because she had a transformational, brilliant, expansive, I can't even think of all the words, week. I'm going to let you do that. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. In some ways, I don't even have the words because I don't want to do injustice to what took place. But this center, this healing center, is a remarkable, phenomenal, extraordinary place. I can't even, the people, the minute you walk in, the people from behind the desk, the food, Meg's food, people behind who bring you the food. I mean, everyone you look at looks like an angel, you know? So you feel, I'm going to tell you a little synchronicity story. I was going to say, you feel like you belong. Because when I was in Santa Monica, I was looking at different gyms. And I went into one, and at the end, the trainer came up to me and he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "I'm Andrea." And he goes, "You belong here." And I went, no one's ever said that to me, but it felt so good.
Yes.
And then I went to visit my son, who's a freshman in Boulder, and I went into the bathroom because I was going to go indoor rock climbing with him. And there, the sign in the girls' bathroom said, "You belong here at Boulder." So I took a picture.
You're getting messages everywhere.
I've been getting messages my entire life, which is what's so amazing. There clearly are no coincidences. Correct. They're called God winks in my book.
God winks.
God bless Oprah. She's the one who had that author. But so yes, it was something that I just, when I walked in, I thought, I belong here.
That is so divine. Thank you for knowing that.
Yes.
Because then it's intention fulfilled for all of us here. That
yes.
That is our intention, is to welcome you and know that it's safe to be here. So that you caught it so quickly. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I want to pay it forward. I already had a couple of new people come in, and I went up to them and I said, "What's your name?" "My name's Andrea." One man, I said, "You're going to have an extraordinary ride, so buckle up."
Okay, that was perfect. Say it one more time. I love that.
You are going to have an extraordinary ride, so buckle up.
Okay, I may have to add that to class. Is that all right?
Please.
I always say stay aboard, but I love that, so buckle up.
Buckle up. Because, every time you get on the roller coaster, the first thing they say is, make sure you're buckled up, or an airplane.
Yes.
Buckle up. You don't know what's going to happen.
Correct.
You might have a calm ride, but when you come here, you can't have expectations.
Correct.
You have to bring trust and surrender, and just know that you belong here and you are called here.
And bring trust. Pack trust and surrender. And buckle up.
And a lot of white. A lot of white clothing.
White. I love it. Neither of us are in white, but usually we are.
We are in white.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
All right, so tell us your miracle. It seems like I could already see you received a miracle because you are one sitting here.
Oh, you're such a love. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I came here with an intention to heal my childhood wounds and find out the truth of what happened when I was a baby. I knew something happened, something bad, but I never knew what it was. So the first night, the first 2 drinks of ayahuasca, I was in my head. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but I wasn't able to go deep. I sort of was impatient. I was annoyed. I was like, how come this isn't happening? And then once I dropped into my breath and my heart, Madre ayahuasca, mother, came to me and she said, "You're not here. You're not here for the intention that you came. You will get that, but more importantly, you're not well. And you have cancer in your left breast." And how could I possibly have cancer in my left breast? I'm not that woman who checks her breasts every day. I don't, and I haven't touched it in a long time. And so I started to touch my breast, and I realized not only was it very hot, but it was very hard, and it felt almost swollen, hard and swollen. And then I started to touch, for those of you that do check your breasts regularly, thank goodness. But if you know your breasts, you can feel sort of your rib cage underneath. And I felt the one on the right. And then when I went to the left, I couldn't feel I couldn't feel my ribcage because it was so hard.
Interesting.
And she said, but don't worry.
We're going to heal that.
We're going to heal that.
Yeah.
She said, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be a healer. But before you can heal anybody else, you have to heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to believe in miracles. And the only way you're going to believe in a miracle is if you have one.
Mm.
So then that night I shared. And I said, I have to say it out loud, because if I don't say it out loud, then I'm not going to believe it. But I said, Mother Aya said, I have, and I didn't use the word breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I have cancer in my breast.
Mm.
And I didn't feel afraid,
Mm-hmm.
Of course, then the next day I did cry, and I went to my friend Emily, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't crazy, because she was giving me consultas. I wasn't seeing visions,
Right.
I didn't have a pinty, I didn't have a consulta. It was as if she was speaking to me,
Sure.
whether it was my own voice.
Which we need to make sure that it's so clear that Mama speaks to each of us in different ways.
Exactly.
So she was speaking to
me
specifically in a way that you can hear, and was fulfilling part of your intention, eventually all of it, but she was clear with you.
She's very clear.
You're going to get something else.
Yes.
So the healing that was necessary, you got before you even got to the intention to understand what happened.
She said, you had to come here. And thank you for listening to the call. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because if you didn't, it would have gotten a lot worse, and it would have been fast.
That's beautiful.
So, So
you were busy about healing.
Yeah, a lot of physical healing, a lot of emotional healing, and it was pretty profound. And then I realized that all of the pain I've been having for the past 15 years was on my left side. And as you know, the left side is our feminine side, and the right side is our masculine side. And through my marriage, I'm divorced now, but through my marriage, my life, my childhood, I've always been in my masculine side, very strong, because I felt like I was alone and I had to take on. So I wasn't in my feminine side, and I realized I had an ACL tear in my left knee. I broke my wrist, my left. I had hip issues on my left. My breast, my left. I pulled a tendon in my thumb. Do you know what else your left represents? Tell me. All of you are with us today. That's your receiving side. It's our giving, this is our receiving. So it's just to add to your healing is that, and this is an important piece of being here, I believe, is that we catch something as profound as that. And knowing then you did your work to heal it. You got the information, you did the work to heal it. But then once we heal a portion, then more layers open up to understand another level of healing, that we first had to do this. Yes. Which is very important to know, which is why we buckle up. Is that healing comes in layers. It's like peeling off the onion. I was saying, remember I told you I wanted to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? And you did. She said that on Tuesday morning. She said, I want to get right to the center of all of this. Yes. And you got to the center of all of it. Below the center of the universe. Yes. And I always had pain in my left. I could never actually, I take hot yoga, and I could never do that where you sit and squat. I was always off. One side would be up because this was so painful. I can do that now. I have no pain. It's amazing. My neck was so tight that I literally, when I would go get a massage, I would be in so much pain when they would rub my neck. And last night was night number 4, which is one of the strongest. It's the Colombian ayahuasca. I had a headache the size of the United States. It was a 10. It was a really, and in the past, I also would get very, very bad headaches to the point where I would have to shut the lights out. I'm smiling because in the past, thank you. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. We're not taking that forward. No, in the past, I had really, really bad headaches. Yeah. And I had one, and I walked in there, and I kept trying to not think, and I just said to myself, Andrea, it's just you're dehydrated because you're expelling so much, so many fluids. I said, you just need to drink, and you can't drink. You have to stop drinking 20 minutes before. I said, it'll go away. And it was really bad. And then something said, heal yourself. Do your pressure points. I know I've always known to do this, but I don't think I ever believed that I could actually heal my own headache. And it would work for a little bit, but then it would come on. And it came on strong, and it was a horrible headache. And I went with it, and I hadn't vomited the first 3 nights. No vomit. The other end, yes. This, no. Just want to make that clear. It's not pretty, but it's all good. I kept saying, don't fight it, invite it. Bring it. I kept saying, please, just, I'm ready. Bring it. Right? Like I told you, I wanted to run into the storm like the buffalo.
Yeah.
I wanted to run into the fire. And what happened was my first purge, you know, you're supposed to look in the bucket. Not supposed to, you're
Invited.
Thank you. You're invited to look in the bucket and see what the message is, what came out and why. And I kept looking. I mean, I put my head in there. I wanted to know. And all of a sudden, a white brain appeared. And then a black mass on the brain appeared. Now, my mother, who I didn't really know, my grandparents raised me, but my mother passed away when I was 19. I was 18, a freshman in college. And she passed away of pancreatic cancer, but also a brain tumor. And I realized that this could possibly be something that maybe not now, but who knows, 15 years from now, you know, maybe 20 years, I would have something on my brain. And all night, I personally, what I was taught was you can heal yourself. So I had to heal myself all night. I was tapping all night, tapping. And I had a life coach about 7 years ago, and she's the first person who taught me about tapping.
Sure.
Did I ever do it? No.
But you knew of it.
But I knew of it.
So when a tool you have in your tool bag,
in my tool bag,
a certain moment happens, and in that moment you needed it.
Exactly.
So brilliant.
Yes.
No judgment on even how long you haven't used it.
No.
You're using it now.
And recently, I remember listening to a podcast of a lovely woman. I can't remember Gwyneth. Anyway, someone who was just on Oprah. I'm a huge Oprah Super Soul Sunday fan. So anyone that Oprah has on, I'm always listening to and reading their books. And this particular woman also was teaching us how to tap. And I remember I did it in my kitchen, and I actually liked it. But then I never did. So it was a toolbox, and I tied it up. So I was tapping and tapping and tapping, and my sinuses. I was working on and then I told you I was blowing my nose. I literally went through almost an entire roll of toilet paper. You would have thought that I had the worst cold in the world, but it was just all of this holding it in.
Everything.
I was releasing the mucus. I was releasing the vomit. And then last night when Mitra did the healing circle, which is, there are no words. It's like, you can't, I'm not sure who said this. It might've been JJ who said, no, it's John. You can't explain to someone who's never seen the ocean what the ocean looks like or feels like. They have to feel it for themselves, right? So you can't explain the miraculous energy and healing that took place in that healing circle of just the women. Women and then the men, but to be able to watch the healing, and then you're still receiving more healing, even though they come to you individually. But even though you are not, I went back to my mattress, and at some point I woke up again, and then you're watching somebody else get healed. But you feel that the entire Mallorca was just filled with healing energy, and that's why they say, please don't walk outside. Stay right here to take it all in. It's gifts, like the gifts just keep coming. And coming. And I mean, I thought I didn't have any words. I guess I had a few. I had a couple. I had a few.
But you healed yourself. You received healing. So you're healing the left side of you. All of that is occurring. Because what I'm hearing you say is you allowed yourself to heal yourself and then received more healing. So from this moment onward, are you going to be more receptive in everything in life?
Absolutely.
To receiving good.
Absolutely.
To receiving fulfilled intention.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, this is always the giving side. Giving absolutely. Now
it's time to receive.
It's time to receive.
Beautiful.
It's time to receive.
Beautiful.
Yes.
We never know. We never know the pathway of an intention being fulfilled when you come to Rythmia, which is why I always ask people, what was your intention in coming? What is it you came here to work on, work with, let go of? You just let go of so much. Discovered so much, let go of so much. So now, when you re-enter your world, what's possible for you now in life?
Oh, it's endless. The possibilities are endless. I have within me now, not only, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, keep breathing.
Not only unconditional love for myself, but I found that unconditional love again for my son. My friends, I have the gift that I can heal myself. I have the gift that I can heal others, but I had to believe, and I had to heal myself, and I had to really, really surrender and have that faith. Walk by faith, not by sight.
Yes.
You have to know that you can shut your eyes and just go and trust. And whatever you call it, whether you call it Mother Ayahuasca, or you call it Buddha, or you call it Allah, or you call it God, or you call it the Mother Nature, whatever you call it,
right?
Just believe it, believe her, and feel it, and know that we all have it.
Yes.
When after every ceremony, I always go up and I thank everyone, and I just say, I have so much gratitude, muchas gracias, and I look at these healers, these shamans, these women and men who are there to support us. They are angels. They are extraordinary beings. But I realized last night, we are all extraordinary beings.
Yes.
They're higher because they're vibrationally, because they have been clearly working on this and taking this incredible gift of this medicine for much longer than we have. But we are all, I looked around, I said, I go, we are all angels. We all are the light, and we all have the power. It's just we have to be open to receiving and understanding. And that's what Rythmia is about.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
I just got goosebumps. And my intention before talking to you was, please let spirit speak through me, because that's what I learned from you. And in your class, and that's another thing. It's not just the ayahuasca. It's the classes. It was you. It was Dr. Jeff. It was Andrea Pennington. It was Meg. Gosh, what beautiful energy they all have. And JJ. I mean, come on. And Victor. You will never take another yoga class. And I mean, and my yoga, I've been doing yoga for 20 years, but I haven't. The first yoga class that I really felt my body and my breath was this morning.
Oh, wow.
At 7 a.m., which, let me tell you, was not easy to get up. It's an all-nighter on night 4. And I was up at 3:30 in the morning, and I think I went back to bed for maybe an hour. And I was up at 5:30, and then I was at yoga at quarter to 7. And it was the best yoga of my life.
The best yoga of your life.
The best
You're
yoga of my life. And I will continue to heal myself, my intentions. And then I didn't even... Do I have time?
You have a couple more minutes.
Okay. I didn't come here looking for a relationship, because I was already in one. And sadly, she asked me, but very firmly said, will you promise me? She said this several times. Promise me that you will do what I just said. Promise me that you will not go back to this man. Promise me that you will end this relationship. And I had to take my love for this man that I've been dating for 2.5 years. And I had to throw my love for him in the fire, grandfather fire. And I did not even think about asking for what I wanted next. And man, I didn't even think about relationship, because I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew what I didn't need. I knew what I had to get rid of.
Right.
And before you can ask for something to come in, you have to clear it out. Let it go, right? And then you're open to receive. But while I was on the mattress looking at the trees, because I was very in tune with the trees and nature, I purposely sat next to a window. I was drawn to a window every single time. You will know. You will be drawn to where you're supposed to sit. Don't think. Get out of your head and into your heart. And all of a sudden, Spirit, Mother Aya said to me, you are going to find a man that is at the same high vibrational level in spirituality that you are. Now where you are, anything that's low vibration, anything that's not with you or higher, and is not in your highest good, you cannot accept. And he's going to be Italian, and he's going to be here, and you must come back in a year.
Oh my goodness.
Come back in a year.
And you've already scheduled yourself.
And I've already scheduled. And okay, the other thing, and I wanted to come here, and the week that I happened to pick was November 11th would be Friday, And my number is 11. 11, 11, you know, it's the holy number, the spiritual number, the angel number, 11, 11. Whenever I see 11, 11, I take a breath and I make a wish, but now I say a prayer. I used to call it a wish. Now I'm going to call it a prayer.
Beautiful.
And there were 74 people. God wink. 7 plus 4 is 11. My room was number 69. I had to look up the magical number and blessing of 69. And every time you walk in your room, there is a phrase that talks to you. The quickest way, or the easiest way, is through. That was my message. And I remember asking, does everybody have the same message on their room? No, everyone has a different one. So whatever you get, that's what you're meant to have. I was meant to have this week because I tried to change it. And I was meant to have this week because my son, who's having a really hard time right now in college, will be home on the 18th. And I will come home on the 15th, and I'm going to play that music. That Rythmia soundtrack is going to be playing 24/7. And he will see me, and he will feel my love. And my gift is that I want to give him this gift. He's not ready to accept it yet, but he will. But this was the week that I was meant to be here. And I booked for the same. So I want to end on the 11th next year as well.
Perfect. So we already know we have a date next year.
We will see. You and I are going to be sitting here.
In a year from now.
In a year from now.
And there'll be even more to express.
Even more. I feel there's more.
And at times I could see that it would feel in the human realm. How could there be more? This was so much.
No, I want more. Bring it.
More.
Bring it.
The buffalo still goes straight for the storm right here, which is so beautiful.
I want more because I know that there's so much, personally for me, I have so much trauma. I know that's why she said, please come back. Trust me. And that's it. You have to trust.
Yes.
She said, come back. And I said,
beautiful.
And I didn't say yes right away. I was like, let me think about it. Let me think about it. And then it was so clear. I literally, the second I saw Sally, I said, sign me up.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me share my, thank you for holding space, all of you. Thank you for holding space and having me speak it. I didn't know what I was going to say. I was a little nervous because I didn't know if I could find the words because it's so close still, you know, and you have to sort of process. Yes. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I filled my journal.
Yes.
I completely
And you're still going to be
journal.
processing for a while.
Yes.
And you're going to let that process just keep rolling off you, and more insights are going to keep coming.
Okay.
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 Thank you for being here. Thank you for shining so brightly.
Thank you.
This is all that's possible and more at Rythmia, as was so well expressed by beautiful Andrea. So we just want to invite you to come for your expansion, your transformation, and your miracle, and her beautiful message that there's open arms awaiting you here for whatever your divine path is and whatever you're seeking. We're here and ready for you when you're ready.
And it will be the best roller coaster ride of your life. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Thanks for being here with us. Good day.
Come on, that was
good day.